To me right now, it sounds pretty freehand. And I love Neil with a little tiny bit of palm muting. And and so what has to happen for that to really work is you have to supinate your forearm a little bit so that the palm can make contact here, right? So the palm can make contact with the the strings, and while the pick strikes them. And then you'll also notice that my finger, my right, the index finger that's holding the pick is fairly open, which gives me the distance from the palm so that when I place my hand this way, I can make that reach. But I just love that sound because you get a little bit of contrast between the muted bass and the open treble string. And I think that's something you could mess with and have some fun with. So,
Cool.
And it's not that tricky. Maybe we'll just take a look at it in a second. And then, oh, and one thing to notice about it is that I'm still making it part of an open. I'm not doing this. I'm still bouncing. And that's the way I would start it. Something like that. Then, okay, so now that was the main thing. And then it's this. How to get from one place to another.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how I do it, apparently, because I didn't think about it. I just did it. So I'm here. And I'm on the F major 7, and then to get to the E, I just, which is honestly, I gotta say, kind of weird. But I think upon listening to it not too long ago, I'm pretty sure Neil does the old open string passing chord where he goes, and I think that's legit and relatively easy. So you do the C, sorry. Oh, right there. Right there. On the and of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that makes your transition easy. And then you're in business. On this whole silliness, you gotta watch once you start doing this palm muting thing, that you don't get too too much of that. And so what you'll notice is that you'll still get this motion. And when I do it, if you see it from this angle, I'll do it slower. when I come down, you can see that there's, oh, look at the angle of the hand eventually. So that when I come up with that upstroke, the pick is like hitting the string so that it's, it's pretty damn vertical. I'm actually surprised myself how vertical it is, so that there's less resistance because it's using the angle of the side of the pick. Let me just do. And it softens those upstrokes so they're not all.
Yep.
It doesn't have to be, and I'll kind of, I think, along the direction of the angle of it changes as you come up.
Right.
But the point is, you really got to give into the resistance of the strings on those up strums.
Okay.
It sounds too thin, It sounds okay. I mean, the accuracy is good. One thing that I notice is let's see, how do I do this? Changing cameras. One thing I notice, let's see if I can do this. Your right hand motion on those upstrokes is almost all from deviation.
Okay.
If you watch it, so I videoed a little bit of you so you could see it, but
yep.
But you could it's a lot of this.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, your whole picking motion is mostly this.
Yes.
And the trick with that is that you're moving the pick kind of in a plane.
Yep.
And you'll get that ping happening that we're talking about. And
okay.
So it's what I'm trying to show is that there's an arc, right?
Yep.
That happens where I come down and I rotate, so I supinate a little bit and I supinate a little bit up on the way up. That's partially what if you work on this palm muting and sort of rotating to the pinky side, it happens naturally. And I just feel it. I really don't feel like I'm turning my hand. I'm sure that at some level I am, but I feel it as just like as soon as I hit that string, my arm relaxes and I just give in. And it's same way on the way up. And you can break that into pieces and even just do this. We'll have you do this in a second. This is a good exercise. It's just down, up, down, up. Not worrying especially about the accuracy, but more about the tone and the motion. Just to internalize that. And it's okay to exaggerate. I'm kind of making it big here and exaggerate. Because when I do it in real life, it's a smaller motion. See, there's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
Because I'm rotating and I'm giving in. I use the deviation of this deviation of the wrist, but I use it more, I think, passively. The real motor of the motion comes from the elbow. That's where I'm getting all of the motion of the.
Yep.
And it's like the hand is following. I feel like I'm just kind of whipping the hand around.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got a good grip on the pick, but everything else in the hand is loose. That's a real key. Whipping the hand around.
Whipping.
Okay, this was what we're getting at, is try this. But don't actually, just do a downstroke, and then when you get the pick to the string, don't actually do the upstroke, but just do the downstroke, and then feel the resistance, and then just allow that to turn your arm, because that's where you want to. What I'm trying to show you is that you want to feel the sensation of hitting that first string, and that's what turns the arm, right? I always talk about let the strings turn you.
Okay.
And so down, and then feel that, and then you'll feel that. And if you show yourself that motion, I think you'll get it. Let's try that. Right? So just do a downstroke and then feel it up. Yeah. Don't go through it, but just, yeah. That's it. Yep. Feel like when you're coming up, that you're coming up from the arm and your wrists will just kind of give in a little bit. Yep. But land that palm. So the palm's got to land before the pick hits the bass strings. It's going to land just before the pick hits the bass strings. Yep. A little lighter. Too much muting, right? Hold on. Backing it up. Just look at that downstroke first, right? So just nail that downstroke. Yep. That's it. And then from right there where you are, yep, that's it. Do that. Dang it. Yep. Yep. You'll probably notice a little bit of this. Hang on. Watch the whole arm. If I can show you, let's do it. Try the other camera. Right? It's like the hand is like, see, this is the hand is like actually rising away from the instrument a little bit.
All right.
Because you can see, like, I'm moving from all the way up here. I'll just close in a little bit more on the hand for that. Get that whole arm. Yeah. So this is where you're going to get the sort of the sensation of that. Oh, and this is what I want to show you. This feels real loose, these fingers. Just to show you on that downstrum. See that? Talking about that whipping the hand motion.
Yeah.
Watch how the pick kind of does that. There's a little bit of extending the wrist. And I hesitate to say extending because I don't actually, I can feel it, it's active. Like I feel like I'm extending it with these muscles in the side of my arm there, but it feels like I'm not really that conscious of it because it's like part of that.
Right.
Right now your palm's landing like after you strike the strings.
I want it landing before, right?
Yeah. It's really kind of like right at the moment, but it's got to be there just slightly before. Yep. Stop for 1 second. This thing is really about the developing the sensitivity of how you're doing what you're doing. And so
Right.
that's why it's good to break it down to these little elements of what I was showing you of like, oh, do just the downstroke and feel that. And you just do one and go, huh. Do another one, huh. Because it's the noticing where you'll make the changes. And once you feel what you're trying to accomplish, then you can speed it up.
Okay.
This is where the dudes who named all the stuff, and they were dudes, where they named it. And oh, we've heard that familiar. There's a C chord. Hey, we have a C major scale. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 3, 5. There's your C major chord. And it's a triad because there's 3 parts. And you can turn it into a 7th chord by going 3, 5, 7. And then there's a whole bunch of things about the types of 7th chords, and I'm not going to bore you with it right now. But those things that we went over last week in G, I'll do it in G because we did it. Oh, it was G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D major, E minor, F sharp diminished, G major. They're all just these triads. They're just 1, 3, 5 on each root. Sorry. And we name them, and major just means that, oh, look, there's 4 half steps between the root and the third. As opposed to minor, if it were minor, there'd be 3 half steps. You'll see this in the B auto book.
Yep.
Okay.